can't the Church of England just turn around and say that a woman is an adult human female?
Well, you'd think, wouldn't you? I'm pretty sure I could find references to women in the Bible. I could help with that. I've actually got a theology degree. So if the Church of England are looking for any advice, they're more than welcome to get in touch.
Now, to put this into context, I mean, I stand to be corrected on this, but I've looked it up. As far as I can work out, that the Church of England still will not marry same-sex couples. But if, say, you're, a couple of gay guys, it could be women, of course, but say a couple of gay guys, me and my partner, we're going to get married. Church of England, sorry, you're same-sex, you can't get married. If I then say, well, I identify as a woman, they will marry me. They will marry it. That's mad, isn't it?
Well, I don't know that they will. I mean, these things are nice things to say, aren't they? The Church of England pretending it doesn't know what a woman is a really easy thing to say. But actually, in the original Gender Recognition Act in 2004, that does create this legal fiction in which men can and women can pretend to be the opposite sex, and we will recognise that in law. The Church of England actually has a veto on that, so they don't have to recognise purely, I would imagine, for the for getting married, a same-sex couple getting married, they don't have to recognise somebody's pretend sex. So it seems rather at odds with that they would make such a big fuss about not being included in this legislation and then go along and say things like, you know, a church, a traditional place where people go to worship before God, take it very seriously, most people, their religion, and now they're having to pretend that they don't know what a woman is. What an absolute sham.
Yeah, I mean, this bishop, the Right Reverend Robert Innes, he said there are now complexities associated with gender identity, which apparently the church project about sexuality and relationships is exploring. So if I say to the Church of England, to the Archbishop of Canterbury, can the Church of England define a woman? The answer's going to be no. That's absurd.
Well, it is. Look, I know that religion is faith-based, but, you know, biological sex is not faith-based. It's actually fact-based. And when it comes to being able to recognise what fixed biological sex is, it just seems odd that a church, which is a faith-based kind of institution, would then pretend it doesn't know what facts are. I mean, they're already dealing in a belief system, and now they're trying to pretend that biological sex is a belief system. And I don't know who they're doing it for. Do they think there's going to be a huge number of people that are now going to flock to the church because the church is pretending to be woke?
Well, I would have thought the opposite, really. I mean, I think most people who go to church are probably quite traditional, certainly the Church of England. I can't pretend that I'm a regular attender of church. I don't know whether you are or not, Kellie-Jay, but my thought process would be that lots of traditional churchgoers who go to C of E churches of a Sunday would prefer it if their church could define what a woman is, and would find it rather confusing that it can't.
Well, they certainly knew what a woman was when they decided to block women for a millennia from actually having any position of hierarchy in the church. So they certainly knew what women were then. I'm pretty sure. I'm a gold star atheist. I've never, ever believed in God at all. But I'm pretty sure if I was a Christian, I'd want my church to recognise what a woman is. I'd certainly want to see it in scripture. I'd certainly want the comfort of knowing that the church is not bowing to the latest whim presented by society. I think that's one of the reasons the Catholic Church does a little bit better than Islam, because they don't seem to bend instantly to whatever the sort of the whims of modern society is. And I think that's where the church's strength is. And I think this is a big mistake for them.
And just behind you, of course, is your slogan, adult, human, female. Did you notice that one of the candidates for the Tory leadership, Penny Mordaunt, who not so long ago told Parliament trans men are men and trans women are women, she's suddenly regrouping on Twitter and explaining that, the differences between trans men and trans women and biologically born females. Did you notice that? All of a sudden, a lot of these Tory politicians do seem to be keen to define a woman.
I know. I mean, it's an easy win, right? I think Grant Shapps waded into it, sort of saying that he wasn't going to get involved. And I think, well, that will be a mistake for you as well.
Did he say that? Sorry, I've been a bit slow on that. Did he actually say he doesn't want to get... Oh, God.
Yeah, he basically says, let's not be American with this aggressive politics about woke And I just think, actually, Conservatives want a Conservative party to be conservative. Yeah. That's what they want. That's what they signed up for. My money, if I was a betting woman, I'd really like Kemi to win it. Penny Mordaunt, I think, has got an Olympic gold medal in backpedaling. We all remember what she said. We were all everyone is acutely aware of her saying it. I've even looked at Hansard. I can guarantee she absolutely did say trans women.
Oh, no, there's no doubt about that. And don't forget, Rishi Sunak came, not so long ago, came onto Talk TV, onto The Breakfast Show, and was asked by Julia Hartley-Brewer to define a woman, and he didn't.
No, it has become the question of the day, hasn't it? And I don't even think it's just specific to this issue. For me, the litmus test on whether I can trust a politician is whether or not they can answer that question directly, because it just goes right to the heart of where's their courage, where is their honesty, and where is their integrity? And that is what that question actually asks of these people. It's not simply, do they know what a woman is? Of course they do. Everybody knows what a woman is. It's whether or not they'll say it.
Yeah. So are you, I don't want to put words into your mouth, Kellie-Jay, far from it, but are you calling for every candidate to define what a woman is?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I'd like to go a bit further and ask every candidate if they think it should be something in a fair and democratic society that somebody can change their birth certificate to reflect the biological sex that they are not. So I'd like that question raised. I think it's really important that we now start to undo the damage that's been done by the Gender Recognition Act.
All right.
But yes, of course, what is a woman is an absolute question that everybody should be able to answer. And if they can't do it quickly, then they certainly wouldn't get my vote.
Kellie.